Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to yet another video for Cryptopocalypse Now. In this video, we are going to continue tracking ranges and talking about best practices when using the MarketSpy trading system. In your new update, you have these take profit levels that are now automatically plotted for you. So not only is this a great way to backtest the strategies, but it's also very useful to place your stop losses and your take profits using the numbers that are shown over here. So this is just a quality of life improvement. This update is available now. You can download it and enjoy. So let's take a look. Let's turn this off. In this range so far, 100% confirmed signals that played out and 0 that failed in this range is this 1, 2, both short setups, and 3, this is my long setup. However, the actual fund started from around here. So let's take a look at MarketSpy. Bring it in. I'll walk you through this, and my job is to cement some of these ideas into your mind so that you can do this on your own. I don't believe in making price predictions when you have something as amazing as MarketSpy. So for me personally, what we're doing here is we're tracking our trades every day. So for the past how many days since last Friday, I have been showing you all of these setups and how to execute them, how to play them for 100% success rate. It doesn't exist. It does exist. Okay. And this is what, if you don't believe me, watch the videos that I posted from last week up until this point. This is a brand new take on this YouTube channel where instead of going on for hours about general trading education and touching all strategies at the same time, because I do get lost sometimes when looking at the chart, because I can't really it's really hard for me to put myself in the shoes of someone who is not maybe as familiar with MarketSpy as myself, or someone who's just starting out trading. I think, in my past videos I was really rough in terms of assuming that everyone knew the basics. It turns out that a lot of people don't know the basics, and that's okay. We're here to fix that, and this is what these latest videos are all about. So on MarketSpy Armageddon, you have 2 successful setups. So first of all, these pyramids, that's a whole different strategy. Jackrabbit, right? I'm not going to talk about that, but 100% bang, 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 you're winning. You're buying them, you're winning. But we're focusing on Punchout because Punchout is a trend following system. It's a guaranteed 1R setup, or if you lose, you don't lose more than 1% of your account according to the strategy, but you also make 1% of your account every time the strategy plays out in your favor. And the number of times that this system actually delivers is over 90% compared to the setups that have failed. So as soon as I see a failed setup, and what do I mean by failed? I mean, like, for example, this over here, when we are seeing red candles and we print a setup, there's a certain level that we must break in order for us to go lower. We don't break that level. This is not a failed setup. It's not confirmed. It was developing, but it didn't finish. So this is not a failed setup. Here we have a setup printed. Okay, here's your R, 1R. It went up and it hit the take profit target perfectly. And we have another setup over here. All of your stops here are safe. So price goes down, you have a print, you get an entry, 1R, success. You have a baseline reclaim. You could have been long from here all the way up to where the price is now. We will leave this dragon skin strategy for another day. Okay, we're talking about Punchout. MarketSpy has 5 strategies, which is Punchout, Jackrabbit, also known as Market Enemy Type 2, Market Enemy Type 1, or simply known as the Market Enemy setup, and there's also MAG7, and then there's Dragon Skin. So these are the 5 strategies that are exclusive to the system that I'm sharing with you, and we're focusing on Punchout. So I just want to get that out of the way. And all my past videos in the last few days since last week have been focusing on Punchout because I want you to learn this. I am creating a range trading mastery playlist that you can absorb, study, and backtest and see what it looks like in your examples. And just to make it a lot more fun, I'm also growing this $1,000 account to 10,000. And I just want you to look at the realistic rate of growth and what you can expect from something like this if you were to trade with an account this size. This account size, of course, parallels any account of any other size. So next to this, I have a very interesting portfolio where I trade a variety of instruments outside of crypto also. And so sometimes when I take these trades with Poet, it is possible to, I have a stream deck, which is a little shortcut keypad thingy from Elgato, okay? And Poet works with Elgato. So if you program it to click a button using OCT, when you execute that trade and you have a couple of windows of Poet open at the same time, this is the trading terminal Poet, right? This is the only way to trade, in my opinion. You can execute the same trade across many different accounts. Since I'm always risking 1%, if I have $1 million account, that 1% is going to allocate 1% of that $1 million worth of USDT for that trade. So this is just to give you an idea of what is going on here. And then this is no way to trade for a living. Okay, with this account size, this is just to show you what you should be focusing on without deceiving you, without prompting you to think all sorts of crazy things like all these other YouTubers do, where they show off these ridiculous numbers and they never explain how they achieve that. They never show you how to execute trades. They never show you where to put stop losses. They say, oh, it's a personal kind of thing. You know, I can't tell. Look, I have been showing you entries, stop losses, take profits. What else do you need? What else do you need? Okay, so that out of the way, if you think this is unique, and if you truly believe that there's no one else out there who does this like I do it, like I show it to you, then I would appreciate it if you share this video with your friends, with your communities, and say, hey, listen, risk to reward, risk management, stop loss placement, entries, system. Check out Cryptopocalypse now, guys, because that is the real thing, okay? It's not like just some happy-go-lucky, you know, I might win, I might not win. This is binary trading. This is a yes or no kind of situation where the yes is 90% versus the no, which is 10%. Sometimes a setup fails and you get stopped out. Boo-hoo, you lose 1% of your account. But if you were to load up, put 50K, 100K, you do the math, and because the actual performance, it doesn't change on the number of your balance. It doesn't change. A 90% win rate is a 90% win rate, regardless. If you need further convincing, then I'm afraid you will still need to lose a significant amount of money before you realize that what you hear here today, what you realize with your eyes here on these charts, is the only way. Okay, and I know it sounds really bad when you say this, but what I mean by that is that risk management is the only way. I'm not saying MarketSpy is the only way. I'm saying risk management, your entries, your exits, your stop losses. When you lose, it must be predefined. This is the only way. There is no other way to trade, to day trade these markets professionally. None. Zero. There is no other terminal out there that can give you the edge as much as this thing can. There is no other system like MarketSpy in existence available to retail. Speaking of which, availability might not be an easy thing in the future with MarketSpy. So while you have the chance, while I'm here, take advantage, because things may change and you may never ever have access to the system ever again, okay? But we will talk about that when the day comes. There are certain things that I want to do for the community that is going to strengthen our existing user base, and that's all I need. Anyone that's joining for the first time and they're new to this, you gotta grab your seat right now. I am warning you. You gotta grab your seats reserved right now, because you will be stuck trading with the rest of the speculators out there on X, on YouTube, talking about blah, 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 right? No one's gonna show you these things. These guys wearing ties and suits, talking about professionalism, 25 years in the market. They never tell you how to get in, where to get out. I'm showing you setups daily, consistently, without a fail, where they just play out. 1R is all I promise you. I guarantee you 1R. What you can figure out after that, how you can hold your trade to achieve 10R, 5 is up to you. But my job is to give you the tools necessary so you can trade for a living like so. So let's now move on to the chart. So range trading, okay? We've been talking about ranges. So far, so good. I think now you have a wealth of knowledge to understand what risk to reward ratio means, the controversy, the scams that go on, you know, the visual trickery that people use, high Kenichi candles, this and that, risk to reward that looks like it has a little red tail like this and a green. You know, we're not trading for luck. We're trading by assessing the markets and price behavior. Okay, so we need to understand this. So in this particular video right now, baseline reclaim, okay, we had a little trade. Again, we're up by 1% of our account, and that's it. This was the thing right here. Now there are no setups. I use something different here. This is something to do with dragon skin and also a couple of jackrabbits in the vicinity here. But let me just put it this way. I want you to pay attention to this thing right here. So we have a setup, which is obviously a bullish punch out. Now we failed to close above it on the first, second, third candle. This goes on for 10 periods, right? There's a reason for this, why it's programmed this way. We have 10 candles. I have shared my 5 candle rule, which saved me many times in the markets from making foolish mistakes. My 5 candle rule is important to keep in mind, but this goes on for 10 periods, for 10 candles, okay? And there's a reason for that. So what happens is that if we have a unsuccessful punch out, what tends to happen is that usually price will come back down to test where your stop would otherwise be. So people longing over here very early in the reversal, they get stopped out. And as you know, other people's stops are probably the best entries for MarketSpy. So price tends to come back down. And I told you that if it goes further down than that, then we have a bullish punch out, which didn't really materialize. And now it's turned into a bearish punch out signal, and you treat it as a bearish signal. However, if we're strictly focusing on red and green, when we see green punch out and the candle fails to close above this level, price comes back down to test. Go a few videos back and ask our community members, because we had a stream in our Discord about this. Price will find support at -0.5 level, which also happens to be a baseline retest. Reclaim, retest, diamond opening. You have bullish momentum established over here going up. We have a jackrabbit supporting evidence to push price higher, and then we pop with a MEXC setup. So this is enough to know that we will be now trending to the upside, because we bounced away from the bullish support zone right here on this punch out. So I consider this a baseline retest bounce. Now price goes up, flags, you're adding to your position trading. Momentum is looking really crispy, really good over here. And somewhere around here, when you have these yellow X's and price is rejecting and we're now slowly creeping above the baseline, they become invalidated and you're now looking at a trend. So dragon skin, for me, this flag was an entry point. My stop loss is placed over here below this wick, because remember, established trend, the wick is always protected. Price will never pierce through this, only to reverse and then go back up. It doesn't happen. Rarely does it happen. There's also this thing where once you touch the 23 level, if it's a true range, right? A true range of a daily zigzag going up and down, whipsaw, we have 23.6 to 23.6. So if price were to come down here and test these levels, I would probably go long here and attempt another baseline reclaim. So my stop loss was pretty far apart. My terminal told me to, it says, you know, you have about this much contracts that you can put on at this level. If this is your 125, if this is your exit point, and then, you know, I was looking at with the baseline retest like this, I'm looking at this high, so I'm thinking, you know, 50 to 61 fib level is pretty appropriate for this, in case it does bounce and continues, because it's an established trend. Dragon skin is a trend following strategy. And so my entry is on the flag and I go. So this particular setup, I will create another playlist where I will talk about trend following strategies. Then I'll create another playlist where I will talk about scalping strategies, which to me sounds ridiculous, because a scalp can turn into a trend swing trade, and then a swing trade can end up looking like a scalp or even cause you to lose money. So I don't believe in saying like, it's a scalping strategy. It all starts with a single entry, and as long as price is slightly ahead of your entry point, as far as you're concerned, you're inside of a scalp, because you always have that choice to close the position. If you hold your position, then that's a swing, and a swing is usually it's calling for a level, for some sort of level that you're targeting. Anyways, so here we have DSR. It's very attractive, lots of volatility. When it's so thin, we already talked about DSR. When this green line is extremely thin, this is a high volatility situation, but a break above it and a close above it will cause price to continue going higher. So here it overshot, reached our range. DSR is a whole nother thing. I'll have a playlist for that as well when the time is right. But right now, this is strictly punch out. I don't believe in market structure because, like I said, if you go to any professional trading firm, come back to me after 5 years having worked there, and then come back to me and tell me if you heard the word market structure even once. I bet $1,000 that you will not. Hell, I bet even more than that. If your argument is that, there's market structure and somebody out there is teaching you that there's market structure does not exist. For me, this is the market structure, and there's no breaking it, faking it, dumping, pumping. It's all the same. As long as you're within a range is real, compression is real, consolidations are real, so are trends. But structure, it's all mumbo jumbo, baloney, right? It's a bunch of baloney out there. So what I'm saying is, on MarketSpy in this particular situation, you had a exit signal. Look how beautiful is that, right? Remember we talked about this? Boom. You have your punch out over here, take profit hit. If you held on to it, if you're playing the exits using the baseline, amazing. You have your scalps, blah, 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 blah. First signal comes over here, success. Second signal comes over here, success. Third signal comes over here, bam, we go up to that 38K, success. So this is it. We have added yet another 1% to our account. And if you go back to the previous video, you'll see what that was. Actually, the balance is shown right here. So keep track of this. See what real trading looks like, how you can grow small accounts for yourself, for clients, and also how you can apply this to something more tangible. Throw in 50, 100K, start doing this, and I guarantee you, I hate to say it, but there's a lot of YouTube thumbnails that say quit your job following this simple strategy. My ass, do not quit your job, but do this consistently, right? And you will have created another job that maybe pays even better. And once it does pay better, you might, think to yourself and be like, I think I'm gonna do this full time now. So this is all you need to know about trading. All this other mumbo jumbo out there, throw it in the trash. It doesn't work. Your indicators, Cypher, Schmeifer, Market God, Looks, Books, none of that works, all right? See, the smart money, all that nonsense is garbage, scamtastic garbage that you don't need in your life. And I will prove it to you, because I want you to keep watching this. Keep your eyes on the chart and the setups, the balance, and the risk measurement, like how much we allocate per trade consistently, and get the picture. And I hope I will change your trading habits for the better, and I hope you will tell your friends who will join our community and also learn some of these things. But I will not sit there and sell signals, predictions, price targets, news, blah, 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 right? I'm going to share MarketSpy with you. It's going to cost you a little bit, but right now for an annual $800, it's a joke. You're telling me as a full-time trader with the system as this, you cannot make, that's a single trade in a day using any one of these setups. But like I said, if you're late to the party, you might not be able to have MarketSpy in your toolbox in the near future because of some changes that are coming. So ladies and gentlemen, forget about all that. Focus on the strategies. Use what you have been given. All right. What I shared with you, apply it to your trading. And if it changes something in your trading for the better, I guess, besides realize, don't analyze, try to also recognize. I'd really like that. Okay. We'll be back when this thing prints another setup. But we'll have another playlist where I look at the chart, I rewind back, not actually using bar replay. This is now at the time of the recording. But I look back and I show you what transpired. And one of these days, you're going to see a negative over here. I don't know when, but you'll see a negative 1%. And we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it because it's a beautiful, beautiful thing when you lose a little bit and you can still recognize what happened. You can still understand why you lost it. And you don't have to improve and write notes and take a, journal things and say like, oh, that didn't work. This is all them poisoning your mind, wasting your time. You will simply deal with it and find a better setup with MarketSpy that is going to negate those losses. That's how it works here, right? There's no like, oh, there's no discretion. It's not on you. It is strictly on the system. If it fails, it fails. But its job is to make sure that you don't lose more than what you put in, more than you agreed to lose. That's the only thing. When you get stopped out with MarketSpy, it's proper. It is normal. It is fixable. All right? Because the next trade, the next few trades are going to be more than what you lost. And they're going to be more powerful and more trendy instead of more choppy. And so you will land on those, and you will, you've seen, watch those videos that I made before, right? You've seen that in action. So I already talked about that. Anyways, thank you. I'm still recovering, drinking my lemon tea here. But we'll check out the next setup when it develops. How will we know? Well, we will lose the baseline, print a punch out to the downside, look at the momentum fading, and then find a trade there. Until then, adios, amigos. I'll see you next time. Thank you, and stay hydrated, never liquidated. You know the rules, and so do I. See you later, guys.